The most important thing in studying orthodontics is just the same as with studying anything else, and it is planning your study process. By planning, I mean going from simple things to more sophisticated stuff, gradually increasing the level of complexity. So for example, if a first-year resident decides to read a profits book, there is a high risk that it will be a complete waste of time. He or she will probably understand around 5% of what's written there. And when it comes to clinical practice, by the way, we have just the same situation here. When you just enter a clinic, I highly advise you to play it safe. Focus on class 1 cases, mild to moderate crowding. Do not try to compensate challenging surgical cases, especially during your first year out of school. Do not overestimate your capabilities. Be very picky in choosing cases. I was very picky in choosing a book for today's episode, and I think that this one is very useful for all residents and also for dentists who are looking for some reliable introduction to orthodontic treatment. It's called Essential Orthodontics. It's been written by a group of professors from Sweden and published in 2018 by Willie Blackwell. I like the structure of this book. It consists of 3 major parts. The first part, named Pretreatment Considerations. Here the authors describe the developmental stages of occlusion, introduce the main types of malocclusion, and provide the overview of diagnostic methods. The second part, called Treatment Principles. Here you'll have a brief overview of contemporary treatment techniques, a big number of illustrations, some useful clinical advice, and a good portion of scientific references. And the third part is Tissue Response to Orthodontic Forces. Here the authors provide a detailed explanation of the biological processes that follow orthodontic treatment and then describe current methods of retention. I think that the special thing about this nice little book is the fact that in only 150 pages the authors were able to draw the frame of possibilities of contemporary orthodontic treatment. And again, I think that understanding these limits is a vital thing for every young orthodontist. Because very often freshly graduated orthodontists are like teenagers experimenting with alcohol. They just don't know how far they can go. As a result, they very often violate these limits and end up in very tricky situations. Therefore, I think that acquiring this frame of possibilities should be the #1 goal for every young specialist. If I were now a first-year resident myself, I would concentrate on what's written here and on my own clinical cases rather than going for more complex reads or learning about some novel untested methods or brand new brackets or other flashy things. This is all for today. I hope it was useful, and I really think that Essential Orthodontics provides good basics to begin a safe journey into the orthodontic world. You can buy this book by clicking the link in the description below. I also would be very pleased if you consider subscribing to my channel. I wish you good reads and stable results.